today are a little too feminine for me, baby.
But women have their own table now. We want you to bring more.
She actually really wants a strong man, but the irony of it is she is not the woman that the healthy masculine wants to be with.
The modern dating market's officially reached a state of total collapse as entitlement collides with biological reality. You're about to witness women demanding everything from a table they claim to own, while they've become the very thing high-value men avoid. This is the cold, hard proof that the strong man women are hunting for has already checked out of the game they're trying to play.
The men today are a little too feminine for me, baby. The fact that I can't even tell the difference between a straight and a gay man tells you all that you need to know. Why is a straight man wearing pearl necklaces? Why do you have more bracelet than I do? Why are your eyebrows more shapely and perfect than mine? What is going on? Why are y'all walking around carrying a man purse, but it's really just a purse, okay? Now I'm finally starting to see why women have always been into bad boys or the bad boy image. It's not that we really like bad boys. It's just that they embody masculinity. You know, like they drive fast cars, they have guns, they're not afraid to fight. True masculine energy. That's what women have always been into. But the men today, y'all are a little too zesty and a little too feminine, okay? I'm a girly girl, but I have no makeup on today. It took 10 minutes for me to get ready. These men literally look like they would take hours to get ready. That's not a man to me. And I get it. This is why we need fathers in a home, because a lot of y'all are being brought up and raised by single moms, single women. This is why I don't care if I get along with my child's father or not. He's always going to be in my son's life, because I'm not about to be having a zesty ass son, okay? No way. No way in hell.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but just a few years ago, didn't women call out men and wanted men to get in touch with their feminine side? And now they're calling out men again for being too feminine. Oh honey, for your own sake, just shut up. Go back to those bad boys with fast cars, guns, tattoos, and criminal records and stop crying already.
I don't get why women think that men are afraid of commitment and marriage when we don't understand what has changed. 30 to 60 years ago, the natural next step for a man was to meet a woman, build a home, and build a family. Like that was literally the goal. But over the years, something has drastically changed. There are many things that have changed, and I'll get to that. But today, men are moving very carefully and cautiously before they take that big step into marriage. And it's not because they don't want love and legacy, but they have seen what can happen to your life when a marriage goes wrong. They have seen brothers, family members, friends lose their money, lose their homes, lose their children. Like they get it. So they are moving more cautiously because it's a huge risk. And at the end of the day, they know it ain't no real benefit to get married. Men have gotten so smart over the years, and that is because you all talk to each other and tell each other about your experiences. So now you're focusing on you, your finances, and you're watching your relationship super close. A man wants to make sure the woman he chooses, she truly brings peace into his life. Men have never been afraid of commitment in marriage, but what they are afraid of is committing to the wrong situation. So instead of rushing, many men are taking their time. And the reality is a lot of men are realizing that they can still have a family and build a legacy without rushing into marriage, because the legal commitment of marriage feels very different than the emotional idea of love.
Dating sucks because it's the first time in history that women have been able to choose a man based on his character and not economics. Up until the 1960s, women were not paid equal wages compared to men. In 1974, it was up until 1974 that a woman needed a man to get a credit card, so her dad or her husband had to go with her to get a credit card. We were not a part of the economic process here in America. Women had to choose a man based on his ability to provide because we could not provide for ourselves. Many of us are first generation women who are independent, who can take care of ourselves, who can choose a man based off something more than finances. And now we want his character. We want to know what else you're bringing to the table. The problem is that men are raised by parents who prioritize their ability to provide, who prioritize their education, their financial earning power, and not character traits. So now men are still, most men, trying to bring to the table the things they've always brought. But women have their own table now. We want you to bring more. This is why dating feels so hard, because women are looking for more. Men don't know how to give it. And to give credit to the men, they've never been taught. They don't have parents who teach them. They literally don't know what to do. If you're dating and you're trying to find a man and you're dealing with these sorts of problems and you actually want a good guy, then you need to find someone who's self-aware enough to understand that this is where the gap is, and a man who actually wants to be better, who wants to develop these skills.
You know what's really funny about this? A lot of women are saying they're now the independent tables, but most of these tables are always missing one leg, and that table will only stand if a man who can provide monetary value acts as that leg.
Can we talk about why modern women are lonelier than ever? Because nobody wants to admit the real reason. I see it everywhere. Successful women with amazing careers, perfect Instagram feeds, but they're absolutely miserable and isolated. And I know because I used to be one of them. We were told that independence was everything, that we didn't need anyone, that needing people was weakness, so we built these perfect little walls around ourselves. We chose careers over relationships, being right over being loved, and proving ourselves over connecting with others. We pushed away anyone who tried to get close to us because we had to be strong. And now we're sitting in our perfectly decorated apartments, scrolling through dating apps, wondering why we feel so empty inside. We have everything modern feminism promised us, but we've never been more alone. Because the truth is, humans are wired for connection. Especially women, we need community, partnership, and deep relationships. But we've been convinced that wanting these things makes us weak or pick-me's. The loneliness epidemic isn't an accident. It's what happens when you tell women to reject everything that actually fulfills them. You can have all the success in the world, but if you don't have real connection, you have nothing.
As the same girls that are complaining that they can't find a husband or they can't find a boyfriend and they've tried, they've looked, y'all need to take a step back and look how you're behaving and portraying yourself on social media or just in life in general. Like, you're looking for these qualities in men, but you're not reciprocating that. He's out here looking for a wife. He's out there. He's looking for someone with wife qualities, wife material, and you're looking for husband material, but you have to behave like a wife to find a husband. And that's what these girls and women don't understand, is that if you see a guy and he's out partying every weekend, he's posting thirst traps, shirtless pictures in the gym, flexing like he's getting bottles, tables, like he's on a random yacht in Miami party, whatever, and you see that, you're not gonna look at him and be like, oh yeah, he's husband material. You're not. So flip it, and if you're posting stuff like that and you're complaining, maybe that's why you can't find your man.
Men aren't marrying you because you don't give them a reason to. The amount of people telling me I'm making a mistake and I need to stay in that relationship because they can't even find someone to marry them. So I should be so grateful that someone would want to marry me is absurd. Do you know how desperate that is? And pathetic. Pathetic. Men don't want to marry you because why would they? You give them everything from the get-go. You give them no reason to want to marry you. Ask yourself, if I was a man, would I marry myself? Ask yourself why that is the most important thing in your life before figuring yourself out first. I am not commenting on this subject of my past engagement ever again. I don't care if you think this man was God sent and perfect and I'm stupid for leaving because he tried to marry me. There are billions of men out there, and the truth is they will know if they want to marry you sometimes within months of meeting you, and they are out there. You just don't know what you're doing. If you really feel that you need to settle and latch on to the first person that proposes to you, you are so insecure. You need to fix yourself immediately. I am not worried about that one bit, okay? That's why I made a whole YouTube video on it, because some of you guys just got your priorities all twisted, all mixed up. You think that any man that will marry you and have kids with you is like the end goal, and you should be so grateful. That's how you fuck yourself. Are you stupid? Have some dignity, have some standards, have some respect for yourself. I also didn't even get into the reasons why I left my engagement. I never will. Like, it's not your fucking business. It doesn't matter. I made my decision, and every single day that goes by, I am reinforced that I made the right decision. No doubt about it. I am not by any means a relationship hater or a man hater. Absolutely not. Not even close. I will, for a fact, be married one day. I'm not stupid. You think I should settle just because someone asked me to marry them? That is the most crazy thing I've ever effing heard. Okay? Men that want marriage these days don't exist. You're stupid. Open your eyeballs. I meet them all the time, unintentionally. I go outside on the weekend. Someone's talking to me about marriage and what they're looking for in a partner, even though I'm not even interested. I'm like, okay, cool. I can definitely think about marriage. If they don't ask you to marry them, it's because they don't want to marry you. Every man in the world will marry a woman if it's the right one. Said what I said.
So the thing about if you date men is that I don't think that you can ever really change a man's opinion of you in dating, right? Like once a man thinks of you in a specific way, I really don't think that there's much that you can ever do to change his mind. Meaning, if he sees you casually, there's like nothing that you can do or say that's going to change his mind. You cannot like perform and be this cool girl, whatever it is. If he feels a certain way about you, that is how he feels, which I believe on the contrary, I think women, you can like grow on a woman, right? Like a woman can maybe like, yeah, I didn't like him at first, but then I fell in love with him more. I started to like his personality. Like he grew on me a little bit more. I don't think that happens for men. I think men obviously are very like, physical, like straightforward in that way, and they're very intentional. And so I think that as a woman, if you're going to date men, it would be a waste of your time to ever put effort into a situation where you feel like you have to change a man's opinion of how seriously he's taking you, okay? There's no amount of work, there's no amount of you being a cool girl, whatever it is, that's ever going to change that. And it doesn't have to hurt your feelings. You just know that that's not the right person for you.
I think there are some things that people should know, women should know about men by the time they hit like 27, 28. And I'm trying to be like a supportive girlfriend and listen to my friends and not give them any shit for whatever they're going through with their crushes or whatever. But like it gets to a point where you guys need to know certain things and stop. Oh my God, I ate a baguette. Look at me. Why are we still doing this? Oh, I texted him twice and he hasn't texted me back. He doesn't like you. He doesn't like you. Done. You know how you get him to like you or get him to at least start acting like he likes you? Stop texting. These are like things that I don't have the patience anymore to be telling people, oh, well, maybe you should back off. Like, how do you not know, and you're in your late 20s, how do you not know that they're so fucking stupid and so ego-driven and so simple that if you just back off, they will come closer? That's all you got to do. Oh, like I posted a story, he didn't see it, or oh, like I've texted him so many times, he won't get back to me. How are we still doing this? How are we still doing this? And again, I really think it's better to just be single. I'm not saying chase a man ever, but if you must, please don't be stupid. Please don't be texting him a bunch. Back off. That's how you chase them, is back off, and then they start coming to you. How do we not know this? How do we not know this? Like, I'm sorry. How are you getting to your 30s and you still think that by showing more interest in him, it will make him more interested in you? I'm not saying this is a good thing about them. They are fucked up. They're disgusting, disgusting creatures. Okay? I think we should all be working every single day to decenter them more and more. But that's a different TikTok. But if we're really going to have this conversation of, I want him to like me, I want him to reach out to me more, I want him to ask me to come over, but he's not, why do you not know that you need to act like he doesn't exist? And that is the only thing that ever works. The only thing. How are you fucking 28? You don't know this.
Masculine women do not attract strong men. They actually attract men that are comfortable with letting her lead. A masculine woman has to have control over everything. The masculine woman has opinions about everything. She always needs the final say. She struggles to follow leadership. And masculine men will feel this tension immediately, and he will leave. But the men who stay are usually passive, avoidant, emotionally dependent, because a masculine man is never going to compete with a woman for authority. A masculine woman always says, I'm independent, I don't need a man, but actually that means that I don't trust anyone to lead me in my life but me. And a healthy masculine, he needs her dependency on him so he can lead the relationship. And these masculine women are always complaining about the men that they're dating, calling them lazy, undisciplined, unmotivated, doesn't know how to lead. But those men did not appear out of nowhere. They are the men that feel comfortable enough to be in a relationship with her. A masculine woman can only sustain relationships where she's the decision maker, she's the emotional regulator, she's the financial planner, she's the spiritual leader, and eventually she just resents the man that she's with because she is the man in the relationship while he is passive. She actually really wants a strong man, but the irony of it is she is not the woman that the healthy masculine wants to be with. These women always complain that men don't know how to lead, but they only attract the ones that don't do it. Because strong masculine men do not compete with these women or argue with these women, they simply leave. So the man that you resent today is often the man that you train to be this way. Just remember, ladies, control always feels powerful in the beginning, but exhausting in the end.
The demand for total control builds the exact trap these modern women despise. When someone requires the final say on every single detail, the only men willing to stick around are the ones seeking a mother to manage their lives. The traditional masculine men they secretly crave won't bother competing for the steering wheel. They simply exit the vehicle and choose peace.